exactly how this is looking because this is going to be happening in Lagos, the very inaugural edition.
Exactly. It's called a One Expert Cup. And then, of course, One Expert's vision is to use football to bring in communities together in Lagos. That's why we're starting in Lagos. So we have five conferences that we're playing, eight teams in each conference. We have five of them. Lagos Mainland, Badagry, Epe, Lagos Island, of course, Ikorodu. We started with the mainland zone about 2 weeks ago. We got the winner. And then, of course, we just done with Epe zone. We used to do the Igalo Stadium just about a couple of days ago. And then the winner is out already. So we move from there to Badagry, get another winner. Then from there to Ikorodu. Ikorodu back to Lagos Island. And of course, they now come and play what is called a 1xBet 8, which will take place at the DBI, Shuli Stadium as well. And of course, the finals will come up at the Unicon Stadium. Basically, One X Vision, One X Bet Vision is to use this tournament, to bond communities one. Then, of course, use non-league players. I mean, that's the key to this now. We're using non-league players to play this championship. So if you play in any cup, in any league,
You're ineligible.
you're not ineligible. So, just to create another level where boys from 2025 up to 30 can also exhibit their talents, and we never know. From there, we can see talents that we can then introduce to different clubs in Nigeria.
That is beautiful to note. First and foremost, I hear you about the format. So there are 8 teams in the different conferences, five of them.
Right.
And the winners out of each conference qualify into the One Expert 8, which is the quarterfinal.
Yes.
And then there's the third best placed teams that will join the other five that have qualified from the five conferences to make it 8. So that's great to know. But there seems to be a special highlight of this particular tournament with ex-internationals.
Well, whatever we do, especially, we're in the ecosystem of, developing football in Nigeria, we also need to look back to the guys that have actually done well for Nigeria. And that's where One XBet also felt that the vision should be introducing, we should be introducing what is called the ex-players mentorship program. So each of these teams, they have an ex-player that mentors them, that coaches them, and then, come to their games and see what they do. And by so doing, we're also empowering these ex-players. And then, of course, 40 of them are part of this event, and then as we move around, they also join us to move around. And of course, again, One XBet Vision is also, when you play tournaments, people always think when you win trophies, there are cash prizes attached to these trophies as well. The first prize winner goes on with 1 million naira. Second prize goes on with 500,000 naira. I mean, not just the monies alone, but of course, we're now giving you the biggest trophy in town. A silver, made trophy for the winner to go with, and it's for keeps as well.
That's absolutely amazing. Look, if there's anything I find very exciting about this, with the 40 teams that will be participating in it, each of those teams are having, that means we also have 40 ex-internationals, legends, and I'm talking Victor Igali, Friday Epo, Waisi Paye, Loveday Omori, Taiwo Loide. That's a big deal. I hope these youngsters recognize how big of a deal it is to have this kind of legends mentor them.
Some of them will just look and say, I want JJ Okocha, but they do not know how big these ones that are with them are, or where in their playing days and all that. So, congratulations, Waidi. Great thing you are doing to empower, some of these ex-internationals. It's a great thing. It doesn't come bigger than that. That's one of the major catches of the One Expert Cup, tournament. So, so this is more or less like a talent hunt from the grassroots, since you're targeting non-league players.
Exactly what it is, because OJ, I think that's also a selling point for me. So because I have had a bunch of guys come to me, I don't know what team to play in, I don't know what, and these are opportunities. The question now is, what are those catchment areas? Where these guys can actually, run to and say, okay, I want to be part of the One Expect Cup that's ongoing at the moment.
Well, to be honest with you, if you come around our centers, you'll be shocked, you'll be surprised. The kind of talents that we're seeing. Example, just the concluded Epe division, there are players that can actually play for IBA, but they don't have the opportunities. So what we've done is to now list these guys and say, listen, One XBet Vision will take you far, and then we will introduce you to these teams. Might not be this season, might not be next season, might be next season, but we will take you and introduce you to these teams, because talents are just about everywhere. Honestly, Moses, I was actually shocked myself.
Now, OJ, this is where you expect all of, be it MPFL, be it NNL, your scouts should be out in tournaments like this.
Again, with tournaments like this, we expect that teams will get innovative, begin to pick from some of these ex-internationals again, scouts. Because Nigerian teams don't do scouts. They don't even have enough scouts. I mean, a team in Lagos, for instance, they have a scout even outside of Lagos, teams outside. So that's the thing that also needs to start. Again, some of these teams that like of why they play for back, they were iconic non-league teams. For example, Dan played for a team called Kaduna Kick and Die, KKD. And players from Kaduna Kick and Die moved straight to Rangers Beast at that time. The bulk of players who played for Rangers were picked from Kaduna Kick and Die.
The ICBs.
Thank you. DICB before